to glow in the way you move. You should know just once that you're every one of all my thoughts tonight. I'll walk alone in the woods behind my home and jump at every noise. With you I put my danger in the void.
All right, that was Lakeside Drive. That was 30 seconds. If you want to hear the rest of the song, it'll be at the end of the podcast. So that was by Juice Falls. And we are going to head into Pints and Pages. So I am Nick.
I'm Brad.
I'm Levi.
And we are going to head right into the episode. We do have special guests Rob.
Hello.
Megan. And Alix, and we are going to discuss tonight's EMO Night. So I'm going to let you guys talk about the EMO Night and how we put it together. Most of it was, all of it was Rob and Megan. So we're going to go from there.
Hold up. Rebecca had a huge part in it too.
Yeah, Rebecca.
Rebecca's not here.
Yeah, she is not here, but she emceed, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she emceed. She did a lot of the silent auction too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how did you guys put the bands together, pick the vendors? There was a lot of vendors tonight too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Rob's more in charge of the bands,
Yeah.
and I take care of the vendors. So let's start. You want to start with vendors or bands?
You can start with the vendors if you want.
All right, because
I don't know anything about vendors. So go ahead.
okay. Choosing vendors. I go to a lot of vendor shows, a lot of conventions. So you meet people, right? Even if you don't shop from them, you might take their business card and be interested later.
Right.
So the Moore family art that was here, Michael and Lacey Moore, they're from Peru. I met them at a show and I loved his paintings. And I invited him to another event that I held, and they just did so well. And they're such great people. And so you get to know some of these artists and you just want them to be included in what you're doing. And of course, you always want to support local. So we put blurbs out there asking for anybody that would be interested in joining us. But of course, we still really want to fill that niche. We want dark and mysterious. We want alternative, just unique artwork.
Off the wall.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think that having a diverse crew, with textile art and oil paintings, mixed medias, printed art prints, accessories, clothing, you're able to shop, even though we only had 9 vendors, I believe. The shopping experience was a really nice variety.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, and I was in Kokomo most of the day at IUK, but Savini Comics itself did very well today. Did very well. Had a lot of traffic. People coming in looking for different things. Just a different variety of people that we usually don't see. There was one time where I couldn't even get in the door. There was 25 people in here.
I was holding my bag and I was sweating because I got
Yeah. There was people stacking bags on the bench in the back, and they couldn't get to their stuff because it was the fullest I'd ever seen it. There was a solid amount of people in here, so it was nice to see. And I'm sure that was solidly because of EMO Night. So for sure,
Awesome.
for sure.
Yeah.
The first thing I did today pretty much was come up here and get the Star-Lord Funko Pop in the group.
That's fair. That's fair.
Star-Lord's for me, Groot's for my nephew.
Okay.
I got to get in here before everybody.
Star-Lord with the cassette player.
Yes, it was the one that was up there earlier. It's on.
Okay, you got the regular one, not the one with the because there's the big one with the cassette player.
That's the one.
I
I
didn't
didn't
get
get
that one. No, I might have to come back for that one. You know, they got like a Black Panther Star-Lord now.
Yeah, that's a
from
what
it.
if.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
from
what
the
if.
What If animated show. And
Yeah.
it's really good.
Is it? I'm gonna have to check that out. I
It's
just
on
found out
Disney
about it
Plus.
like last week.
It was nice for Savini Comics. It was nice for me. I was able to do a first time Magic the Gathering tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Tonight.
Yeah, I had a blast playing.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, and I was able to get 12 people to sign up, and they were all. I think they all stayed for the music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody.
I maybe two or three
There's-
younger kids.
I was gonna
didn't.
say there's 2 or 3. They look. I apologize if they happen here, but they look like high school, middle school kids.
Yeah,
They went to their friend's house to go play more Magic. But
Yeah.
other than that, everybody stayed.
yeah,
Yeah, that kid whooped my fucking. Well, and it didn't help you were at the table.
yeah. There was.
That's true.
It was funny because I sat down. I got here right as the tournament started, and I sat down because I kind of wanted to not referee, but
Yeah,
keep
you don't
track
know
of what was going on because I don't know what's going on. So I wanted to just track the table, and I was maybe seated for 5 minutes, and a guy's like, "Hey, what do we do for the second round?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like 3 turns in, he had wiped the table. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm serious. Like, I'm bringing it tonight." And I'm like, "Okay."
He brought
So,
a competitive deck.
Yeah. And Mike
Yeah,
Mike Small, he
I got wiped.
he ended up winning a $90 commander deck out of the tournament because he wiped everybody like real fast
Oh yeah.
in both rounds. But it was fun.
You know which deck he played?
No,
I can't
but
remember the commander off the top of my head, but I remember. I know what it looks like.
It was it red?
no, it was green and black.
I was gonna say I knew it was multicolored.
Yeah.
Was it his chaos deck? Or?
No, it was not his chaos deck.
Sorry.
That chaos. He brought an actual competitive EDH deck that
This
is
is a
made
different
for
level of
tournament.
dork than what I'm used to.
Well, no.
Right there it is. I just
No, he brought an actual deck that's made for tournament play.
He brought us.
None of us did.
Yeah,
My whole thing is based on not winning.
Have you ever played Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, and he did better than me.
Not to say that I know what it is.
Yeah, I know it. I never like really delved into that one.
Maybe that's something we need to try.
Yeah.
Okay. He started 2 months ago.
yeah.
It was.
Oh yeah.
Josh is there.
Well, yeah.
The whole
He got into it. Yeah.
Dad hasn't played as much.
Yeah.
I'm here to announce that I'm always down to play. I usually my cards with me.
Yeah, it's interesting. Lorcana, Disney Lorcana
Yeah.
is like,
with me too.
yeah,
That's the
It-
closest I've
I
ever
would
gotten.
love that.
So that is
it's Disney
I
characters.
saw that poster with Disney on it and I was like,
Yes.
what is this?
Yeah,
because of the
so
fact they just started, it is a way simpler version of Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
of it.
it has a lot of the
It's
same
really fun,
mechanics
too.
with
It's awesome.
different names.
Okay.
That's all it is. They have different names for the same type of mechanic or thing that they do.
Okay.
but it's nice because you're playing Donald Duck,
Yeah.
Mickey
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse, you're playing Goofy, you're playing Aladdin, you're playing.
Mhm.
So it's nice because you flow, and it's easier to. For me, it's easier to understand. You get
Yeah,
to play
because-
characters you know.
Right.
Dad doesn't know
Instead
what a
of-
Salvagriff is.
Yeah, I don't know what a
Magic has anger.
yeah.
You did learn what anger was today.
Yeah, so it's easier.
Me too. Don't
So it's
worry.
easier to play.
I just
than
want to be
Disney
known that like they're throwing all these things out there, and I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say we definitely strayed off of emo night.
So let's talk about what you do know.
Yeah, what do you
I don't
do?
know nothing.
Let's talk
So I want to
bands.
Yeah.
What did
You wanna talk
yeah?
about
We put the
that?
bands together,
I want
right?
to hear what you do as the because his dad kept saying it. You are the Logan Sport music scene. You
Yes,
are the
sir, I
guy
am.
that is in charge of that.
Amazing.
what does that involve in? Because I obviously, being of my age at 23, there's a lot of dumb kids that are trying to be yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That are trying to be rappers and
Do you
trying.
rap?
No, God, no.
Okay, I was gonna say.
No, I just know a lot of those. No, I just know a lot of those dumb kids. So I see those dumbasses, and I want to know what the difference is between them and what you say is the local Logan sports scene.
Okay.
I guess.
I've come across those dumbasses, and like 1 out of 5's not bad.
I say dumbass as in
No, yeah, but
they're just sitting in a.
It's a term of it.
Regular.
They're just your stupid kids sitting in their room.
yeah, and they've got like pre-made beats or
Yeah.
all that stuff.
They're not.
The ones I like are the
so-
ones that make their own beats, and I think that's
I have a buddy that does that, and I would agree with
Really?
that. He's the only one I would say that I wouldn't classify as one of those dumbass kids. But yes,
okay. Yeah. Well,
you might know him. His name's Johan, Austin Johannes.
no, I haven't met that person.
I know he does a lot of the pool leagues at the bars here in town, but
Okay.
he does make his own beats. He doesn't
I-
do a lot of rap. I
Haven't
don't think
put
he
that
raps
like
at
on
all.
like Logan Sport Music Scene because we love that.
All right, definitely tell us.
But see,
say
that's
something to him.
that's kind of an intro into all that. Logan Sport Music Scene is just basically pretty much everybody local who has like talent and music and all that stuff. It's like a space for them to provide that.
Okay.
So at least that's what I hope it is. So when it comes to like local bands, that's like their area. They're going to play a show here locally, like Bonus Finds or Black Dog or Science Project. They just post it. They post it and
Now,
let people know that they're going to be there, and people go.
I'll ask, when you say posted, do you mean Facebook? And when you say join
Yeah.
them, all right, so it's all on Facebook.
Yeah, Logan Sport Music Scene is a Facebook group.
All right, that. I didn't know
Eventually,
that.
we do have a website. I have not released that yet.
Okay.
Eventually, I will. I'm just trying to kind of get things in order.
Finalize it.
Yeah.
Figure it all out.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious about all that just because I didn't know what that entailed. I didn't know it was just a Facebook group or what all was going on.
It's just a Facebook group, but Rob has been documenting, shows
Yeah,
that like
years.
maybe you'd really want to
For years.
like your host set on seeing, someone perform and you can't make it, you have a conflict, and then you're like, really kind of wanted to see like their new song that they released. You can go back and just watch what Rob streamed, and so that makes that really convenient.
Okay.
But and it's not just music on Logan Sport Music Scene. Do we ever include other entertainment? You ever see that on there?
Oh yeah. We've got like plays. There's been a couple of plays that have kind of gone through there. Just pretty much, it's kind of evolved into like different events. So pretty much, if you have an event, you can post it on there and try to get people to go.
Okay.
And we almost got 2,000 followers. So
Oh, damn. That's a good amount.
yeah.
How long ago did you start it?
When we were young, probably about, it was 9 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 2 years.
Yeah. I thought it started last year.
Haven't you just heard about it?
Brad and I used to go to open mic together.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday night, open mic at the neighborhood.
Oh.
And so finally, my dream originally was to open like a recording studio where we could like record local bands and kind of like put together demos and give them their start that we like submit to other places. It would, for the most part, be free, or it'd be like really cheap. And that never ended up happening. So one night, I think I got drunk.
That's true.
That's how every great story starts.
Every church story.
It's not that great, but it's just like I got drunk and made a Facebook group, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, cool. So pretty much I would like record all the different bands at like karaoke and open mic night, and it was just like nothing for like 7 years. And then
changing, baby.
oh yeah. But then the pandemic happened, and I imagine that had something to do with it. But it's not necessarily the pandemic. It's Mike freaking Alman. Mike Alman got on there.
I'm not
Started.
familiar with
Oh
that.
yeah, he's a standout.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's
Mike
good.
Alman's like great. He's a local musician and he has a website. And he started like going through and just going to all the different places and being like, "Hey, are you gonna have this show?" And they're like, "Yeah." So he combines that all together and he just posted it on Logan Sport Music Scene. And then ever since he started doing that, blew up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like I'll be out and people will like get on Facebook and they'll just start looking up Logan Sport Music Scene just to figure out who's gonna play tonight.
Well, it's really nice when one person posts like all this is happening rather than you not following
Yeah.
certain things. Like I don't follow the bungalow, so I don't know what's going on there.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's really nice that he gets to you. It's like a nice little menu.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish those pages existed for every town because, like, I don't know how many times I've been somewhere and I just want to, like, get a show.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never going to know because I'm out of state or,
You don't find out till like 5 days after.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. So that's kind of how it started to blow up. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, we have all these different live shows. Bonus Pints has been fantastic. I freaking love going to Bonus Pints. Ever since they opened, has just been like my home away from home. So I go to Bonus Pints and I just record the bands with my phone. That's it. So people like watching the live streams and all that stuff.
They absolutely love watching the live streams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's been things I've missed for sure, and that's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's one thing like I think is really cool is the fact that like you live in a nursing home or something like that, you can't get out. But you can watch it on your phone. So that's kind of one thing that's been
glad to your grandkids play.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Right.
Yeah, no kidding. Or you're just, a 36-year-old mother that's home with a child.
Exactly.
And you
You're
can't
just
get
doing
out.
the wrong thing. You're like, man, I really want to see what my friends are doing.
Yeah.
Like, the band. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
for sure.
I'm watching it too.
I appreciate you.
Here.
Yeah.
So how did you come across Salad Boy played blasting or like last year?
Mhm.
So how did we find them?
They played at Bonus Pints, but they were under a different name. They were
Okay.
Juice Balls. Actually, no, they weren't.
No,
It's
because
only-
there's
it's
just
only a
different.
few
There's only a few
It was
members.
Summer Brews, right?
No, I thought it was Juice Falls.
I just thought it was
What?
like
So
John.
the only
Actually, I think you're right.
John's the only member of both, right?
Yeah.
Right.
John's the only member. Drummer's the only
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's the same lead singer as last year. Because I
Yeah.
remember pointing that out last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because fun fact, he's one of the guys that caught me when I got knocked out at a pit. So he used
John's
to be,
amazing like that. Like,
Yes,
Yeah.
he was the bass player for a band, Perceptions in Indianapolis. I don't know if that's where he's from or
Mhm.
where he's local to, but me and my two cousins were down there, and we came as Romans. I believe it was the tour right after their lead singer had committed suicide.
Oh,
And so we were down there for that concert. And as soon as they opened up, the mosh pit started up. I got hit with an elbow right in the face and went unconscious. And their lead singer
Oh,
caught me
man.
and pulled me to John is his name.
Yeah.
The bass, their lead singer for EMO Night.
Cameron.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Cameron's the lead singer.
Okay.
Mhm.
Who was John then?
Drummer.
Drummer. Okay.
Yeah.
So he passed me to Cameron, and then he passed me to the owner, and I went out. They pulled me outside. But yeah, so that's how I know all them.
Small world.
So wait, you met him before they like started coming around Logan Sport?
I met not met them. They picked me up out of a pit.
They met you.
Yeah, me.
They met you.
I asked Cameron tonight. I was like, "Hey, do you remember when you guys opened up for We Came as Romans?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Do you remember a kid getting knocked out and We Came as Romans tour?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, that was me."
That's amazing. So, look, I think it might have been Juice Falls, but some members of Juice Falls are also in another band called Summer Brews, right?
Oh, okay.
I think so. Yeah. that's the band I saw. And as soon as I saw them, we were already planning emo night. I think you had like reached out to me and it's like, let's do this. And that was fucking amazing. But I saw that band and I was just like, that's the one because they remind me of modern baseball. Have you ever heard them?
No, off the top of my head.
Oh man, I was just completely blown away. And so immediately afterwards, I went up to John and I was like, hey, you guys have this like modern baseball sound. Like, please play our emo night. Like, please do it. Please do it. And didn't have any money or anything like that. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. We'll do it. Yeah, we love Bonus Pints. And they had only like played there that time. So they just had like such a good feedback.
And that was their
That's
first
awesome.
show as Sally
Yeah.
Boy.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh no, last year was their first show.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
she's talking.
Last year, when they played last year, that was their first time as Sellout Boy.
So I'm now kind of curious because you mentioned emo night was already kind of becoming a thing. How did emo night start as a whole?
Well, I feel like we have different stories inside.
Yeah. Well, I think Rob and I are two OG emos.
Yeah.
To say people say elder emo all the time. Like
Yeah.
it's cringy, but I wear my elder emo
Real quick.
name as a badge of honor. It's fine.
And
You're more of an elder grunge.
Brad, yes.
So, yeah.
You know,
I went to high school with Brad. Brad, was I an emo in high school?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
How many crushes did I have?
All
He's accurate. That's an accurate number.
I feel that.
35.
Really?
Yeah.
You're older than you.
Yeah.
I thought it was the leaps and bounds older than you.
Oh, no.
Okay, so I'm leaps and bounds
Wait,
older than
yeah.
all of you.
Oh, yeah. Maturity level, your
Yeah.
maturity, your leaps and bounds over than me and him.
Yeah.
That's not mature.
I'm not mature at all, but I am 45, so I am more grunge.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm more grunge than I am emo.
Mhm.
So
grudges, you know, I hate to tell you.
yeah, well, yeah, you can get that, but like I grew up with Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains,
Yeah.
Mother Love Bone,
Yeah.
you know, the Melvins.
Yeah.
That was what I grew up with. Pixies.
Listen to them.
And honestly,
Yeah.
And
originally
you have to also mention Nirvana.
kind of
Yeah,
grew
they're
up
all-
along the
Oh, for sure.
same time as those bands.
Absolutely. Because what did Rebecca say? Who was
Oh man, I missed that question. I did not know that one.
I didn't know either. My guess was for the first emo band, like to be coined like emo band.
Mhm.
My guess was The Cure. Because she said it was in the 80s.
No, that was goth.
But it wasn't.
The Cure was goth.
Yeah.
I know, but
Was that the
it's,
first
it's
album?
dark
It
emotional,
was
right?
goth.
Like, so like which
Cure was goth.
that
The Cure, yeah, the Cure was goth. So what was it? It wasn't the Pixies.
I don't
It was-
know
No,
what
they-
it was. I can't remember what she
Yeah.
said. But like when Rob and I say emo, okay, like we're kind of honing in on a time that's like from like 2000.
You're honing into My Chemical Romance to Fall Out Boy.
No.
Like that's
No.
that's where I'm at.
We gotta
Get Ron Brandon.
some categories because you for sure. Because then there's scene. Scene is like
No.
Totally agree.
that's
Listen.
category is wrong. Getting there.
Scene is definitely in there. So I like my I don't know if you'd agree with this. My interpretation of scene is more like Death Cab for Cutie. Like, really? No?
Dashboard conventional.
Scene girls.
Is anime version of E.
Yes.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The anime version. Of
Okay, so
My young ass can say yes to that.
yeah.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
That was my first thought.
No,
But I just definitely went hard.
Yeah.
Like, right,
But like you didn't. We were never scene girls.
No.
Okay, so like the scene girls like have that like classic look with like the like raccoon like
Spider.
yes, and like your hair like
Oh,
dirty
no.
hair like this big, and then it comes out, and then you have the side swept bangs, and all of your MySpace pictures are like this.
MySpace. Holy shit! You're dating yourself.
No,
with
Holy
MySpace.
shit. My young ass had My young ass had
That's crazy to me.
MySpace for 1 year.
When I
1
was
year,
seeing,
and
I
then
think it's
Facebook
like
took over every
guys and like
Okay, so like, were
freaking
you
polo
girls?
shirts.
Yeah, how dare I?
Right.
What was that, like
But
2008, 9?
That's actually
Yeah, probably.
yeah. I think I can't log into my MySpace, but it's still on there and I can find it. And I
Yeah.
think I probably left MySpace like a year or two after high school, so like 2006,
Yeah.
7.
I was gonna say 6. 06.
I was
Which that was a
young.
year removed from my. That was 10 years removed from my.
I had cousins that were on MySpace.
I had
so
like
I had to talk that into it.
I had 3 kids. I had 3 kids with a wife by 06.
I know.
Hold on. There's a well,
Right?
I'll put the technicality in there that you adopted 2 of those.
I did.
Me being one of
Yeah,
them.
Real
I
quick.
did.
what did you have on your MySpace? The background.
Oh Jesus! We're going real emo.
I remember exactly what I
I remember mine.
had. What you got? What did you code in?
So I wasn't that seasoned with MySpace. Okay, like I was all into like the photography for MySpace, so I was taking some of the pictures like those, like I was telling you about, but not like the single. Much cooler. My friend and I acted like we were like I was the model and she was the professional photographer, and so they always looked really good. But whatever. I had to be. I didn't do the code. Everybody was doing all this code shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I love that
so
code.
That's simple code. Never wrong like that's not done. My dumbass knows that simple code.
Intimidating was I would go onto a certain website.
Yeah, and me
to
too.
be-
I didn't know anything about code. I went onto a website and they took care of it for me. It's a lot of
I can't think of the title, but it was by men.
it's a lot of work.
Entertaining for me
It's
because
a lot of
like,
gibberish,
literally,
but
you guys are in between us.
Yeah.
So it's like
oh yeah, my young ass has barely any understanding what's going on.
I was obsessed with Slipknot because it was something that it was taboo because my parents were like, "That's bad."
Yeah.
Oh, so it was when
yeah.
stuff like
Wait and bleed.
Slipknot. Yeah.
Wait and bleed.
I remember when Dad
Oh.
showed me that song.
Wait
My
and
own
bleed.
father showed me that song.
Well, so mine was always, I never deleted my history because I didn't know how to work a computer. So I was young at the time. My parents, it was Dateline was going on.
Wait
Oh
and
my
bleed.
My parents thought I was gonna like get kidnapped by a
You're gonna talk
man.
to some guy that's gonna find your house.
I was like, man, he's gonna give us money. Let's
Got kidnapped by Brad.
so
Fucking metal music.
so I got grounded. I couldn't have MySpace, so I had to wait until like high school for like Facebook to finally come out. So I do have a Facebook account to this day. That is my name, but my
Get
mother's.
into it.
Yes, I can get into it because my mother uses it.
That's impressive.
Two Facebook. The one that I've had since high school, that is under my mom. She doesn't do anything. She just keeps up with. And then there's actually me. So but so she'll be like, "Oh, Lisa told me happy birthday."
That's crazy.
So I had a brief moment of
Oh, that's the
MySpace,
best.
and man, the nostalgia like
Yeah.
makes me like giggle.
I
because,
still
like,
have 2
it was
fucking
like
Facebook.
such
Yeah.
cringy time
No,
being
you
in
do.
middle school.
Yeah, it's
But,
because
like,
that
the
fucking.
emo like
Yeah.
scene and like the vibe, oh man, the feelings, but the music. I was totally into AFI. Like AFI was my Jimmy Jams.
AFI. We were just talking about that earlier. I was trying to
Yeah.
remember when their first album actually came out. Just gonna look it up really quickly because it's
For those of you who don't know, AFI is the pirate side.
yes, the Ferrets.
Yeah, Levi's done it the last
Hey Levi, Levi, can I get another one?
First album was called The Hollows. I don't know why I didn't say that.
Yeah, but
Mine was Sing Sorrow. That was the
I
first
just have
album
my-
I ever got down to. But I was
Oh.
all Hollows and
So
Yeah.
hopefully
And
they're
there was
cold.
other-
Yeah.
and
man, I
it's
wish I-
fantastic.
Wish I knew that before I
Yeah.
started. I drink all your beer.
Well, they went back to Black Sails in the Sunset in '99.
99. I knew that it had to be like before 2000, but I didn't know how far back I could go. Yes, they
Because AFI or for the Sing the Sorrow, the album was 2000.
Oh, they do 95. I knew it.
95.
as
I was
I've been alive.
I was a junior in high school in 95.
Thank you so much.
Whoa.
I was a junior in high school in 95.
Was that the older stuff that you were talking about?
Yeah, like I
From
wanted
95?
I wanted to know how far back AFI went. What do you mean?
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Well, no, you were telling me that they were like really good, the older album before they broke out.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I like Sing the Sorrow and like that album. It's great. But their sound prior to that, which I think all bands just evolve,
Mhm.
they can still maintain like that signature. But
Right.
AFI was very different. Like if you go back and look at these songs,
Yeah.
Especially album to album. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, their new music now still freaking slaps, dude. Like,
Yeah. I haven't heard
my
that.
new lingo, that shit slaps. What did we used to call it back in the day? When we were like, it was so good.
Oh, wait. It was a California term. It was, shit. They use it on OC a lot.
Bonus Pints is a craft beer and wine spin on the classic arcade, located at 422 East Broadway in beautiful downtown Logansport. Bonus Pints is the anchor of the Bonus Building on the corner of Broadway and 5th Street. They have all your favorite classic arcade games and both classic and current pinball machines. Every Wednesday is trivia, and every Thursday and Friday there is live music. Come and bring your friends. The food, the music, the games, and the people. There is something for everyone at Bonus Pints.
I love the OC.
Yeah, the OC's
The OC
great.
had the best
Hey,
soundtrack.
do you still have the OC? Like,
I have it all on DVD.
no, I had every season on DVD
Me too.
upstairs in my
Yeah.
house.
I have
That
never
is
watched a single
open
episode of the
Oh
OC.
my god, the OC's
on my Nokia.
amazing.
Never watched a single episode of the OC.
I've been getting
I can't imagine.
I
now that we're both emos that because we
Yeah.
love the OC.
Yeah.
Misha Bart
Drama.
was in the OC,
You
right?
don't know this. In high school, I couldn't remember exactly what I did.
She was,
I
though,
was a
right?
lot skinnier
Yeah.
back then. I looked exactly like Ryan Atwood.
Whoa.
Yeah, I even had
So
like
that's
the
why
hoodie
you
and
had all
everything.
the crushes.
Yeah.
That's why I had the crushes. They didn't have them on me for some reason.
Yeah. Last time I was skinny,
I was like a
in
Ryan
third
that
grade.
wasn't going to fight.
So there you go.
Yeah, exactly. I was like Ryan's stunt double.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like Bert Kreischer's stunt double.
You know who that is?
You don't know who Bert Kreischer is?
Yeah, I
The
don't know.
machine? The machine? You don't know who the machine
I don't know who that
is?
is.
Oh, are you serious?
Is that like a wrestling person?
No.
He's a
no,
stand-up
comedian.
comedian. So what?
Yeah.
So the
You
machine,
know what the machine is?
the machine is he went to in college.
Russia.
So he was a college student for about 12 years. As he puts it, he was a college student for longer than grunge music was
Yeah.
around. For dad's sake.
Yeah.
But in his final senior year, he went to Russia for his Russian class, and he joined the Russian mafia and robbed all of his classmates on the train to Moscow.
He didn't just join. He was like, it was like he walked in.
He walked in with
I have literally never.
he walked in with a fifth of vodka.
Yeah. Have you ever
Knocked
heard of
on the
Tom
door.
Segura?
All of this stuff.
Have you heard of Tom Segura?
That sounds a little bit.
He's
Joe Rogan?
Yeah,
You've heard of Joe Rogan.
yeah.
So Joe Rogan's
I'm not going to comment
Joe-
on whether or not I listen to that.
so
radio.
Joe. I do.
Joe Rogan has so Sober October is Joe Rogan, Ari Safir,
Ari is
Tom-
the best comedian ever to live.
Tom Segura, and Bert Kreischer.
Fight me.
So Bert is the one that does comedy without a shirt on.
Which one is the one that makes fun of the conspiracy theories that they always have on there? Alex, is it Alex?
Alex Jones.
Yeah.
You're talking about Alex Jones. God.
I'm not talking about it like
That's
that.
probably Ari that makes fun
Every
of.
time
Oh,
Joe
Ari
Rogan
loves-
has Alex Jones on there, he always has this other guy on there that makes fun
Eddie
of Alex.
Bravo.
Yes, that
Oh,
guy.
Eddie Bravo.
I've heard
Okay.
of that guy. That guy's
Eddie
Okay.
Bravo's hilarious. All of the Alex, anyone can have their own opinions. All of the Joe Rogan podcasts with Alex Jones, you can take them however you want to, no matter what. They are hilarious to listen to.
They're funny to listen to.
Yeah.
So Bert Kreischer,
Allie Long. She's fucking cool.
yeah, Ali Long is great.
Yeah.
So Bert Kreischer is the guy that takes
The
his
belly.
shirt off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's shirtless.
And I'm
Or
going
what
on
they call
that cruise at the end of October.
Yeah, I saw that.
I
The
still
Bert
have to,
Kreischer
I
cruise.
still have to watch
Are
your
you gonna motor
cats.
boat him?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
You
try.
motorboat
I bought the romance package so I could. So we're good. Yeah, so there's Mark Normand, Miss
Mark is
Pat,
hilarious.
Russell Howard, Bert Kreischer, Big J. Okerson, Jim Norton. There's a bunch of comedians. It's a whole comedy boat. So
Which
yeah,
the
so
fun
like
part
I gotta ask you though. Would your podcast be better if Brad took off his shirt?
no.
I think it'd be,
Why we get cameras? Probably.
No.
Like, actually, it'd be better if I took off.
I just said Dad. It's all
Yeah.
on Dad. Dad has
It'd
to
be a
take
little
his shirt
mean,
off.
huh?
It's cold.
too damn chilly.
Yeah, yeah. It's way better when a fat guy takes off his shirt.
I ain't
All
gonna
right.
The most sociality and Brad
This
are
is-
probably
this is one
ribs
thing
and tattoos.
This is one thing about emo night that everybody has said. It's like it's too cold. It's too cold. I've been burning up the whole night.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know why people left early because it was too cold. And I was like,
Those are real emos because real emos would go suffer in the cold.
yeah.
I'm not sure how at one point I ended up in front of everybody.
I
I
don't know.
don't say you don't know how.
I
You
think
pushed yourself
Yeah.
in that
I
way.
think I
I watched you push him.
That's what
I
you
think I ended up with the band at one point.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you don't think. We've told you repeatedly you did.
Yeah. Yeah. I ended
Yeah.
up with the band. I hit the cymbals a couple times.
Twice.
I do remember
he
that.
not only hit the
Not all
cymbals,
of them, though.
he's like standing face forward, hitting them backwards.
Yeah, I did do that.
Drunkenly trying to find them.
He's
Yeah.
just like smiling at everybody. Like fanning a fart.
Yeah.
That part is the best way to
It
put
was
that.
it was entertaining. It was entertaining.
Hey, you
I
can't forget, right at the end of it, he gave everyone the good old DX
I
suck
did. I
it.
did.
Yeah.
I
Oh
did
my
do
God.
the DX suck it
He
tonight.
fans the fart and he's like, suck it.
Yeah.
I remember last year, I was
I'm gonna adjust it so hard.
bartending the whole night last year, which I bartended the whole night the night. But
Yeah.
I got out
Sure you
one
did.
song and last year, and everyone's like, encore, encore. And they're like, we played everything we know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tonight, I came out and I got freedom. And I'm like, because I was told last song's up. He's like, you got 8 more songs. I mean, just slipped back away.
Really?
And then when we came out, we're like, one more. And they came back with one fucking more. It was that was nice. They have a
This is
good.
last year.
It was such a
thoroughly,
great song too.
Oh,
my
yes.
I thoroughly enjoyed the fact that they did "Since You've Been Gone" by
Yeah.
Kelly Clarkson.
Yes.
Love the fact that they
I
did that.
lost my shit. I lost my hair tie.
Tell you were enjoying it.
Since you've been gone.
Since you've been
Yeah.
but you know, like that was something that was so popular, like when we were in high school.
You
It's like
put that on my iPod.
yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
So you hear a lot of
Either I did or your mom did, one or the other.
like all the pop songs, like
Yeah.
like Toxic by Britney Spears. That was a great
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh
Wait, have you ever heard?
We Famous Romans, you were talking about them earlier. They did it, huh?
Oh, they did.
Oh gosh.
Fuck,
I
what
should
was
know.
it?
Hot and Cold by Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
So
was it.
good.
Yeah.
They did 2 of them actually, and I can't remember what the second. One of them, I want to say it was.
Dude, that song is so cool.
I can't remember what the second one was.
I just remember there was like a good year.
I Knew
Welcome
You
to
Were
Hot
Trouble.
Topic.
Was
Yes,
That's
that's
how much
the
all
other
you
one.
hear is punk goes like acoustic.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Punk goes
Or,
pop.
no, yeah, punk goes pop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Punk goes
They have.
And then they
I
did
think they
Glad
had to 8.
so they also did
Yeah.
Glad You Came.
That yes,
Yeah,
glad
that
you
was-
came.
yeah, that was
Glad
good.
you came was fantastic by them.
And then there was like Punk Goes Country.
I got to see them
Yeah.
do that live.
I've never heard of Punk Goes Country.
Did they ever go? Did they ever go?
It's fun.
Punk Goes Disney.
Punk goes Disney.
I would love Punk. I remember that. I will make Punk Goes Disney.
News because Israel downstairs listens to the Moana song.
Yeah.
That song redid like heavier. It was really good.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, so you said
What?
the Moana song. Which is the Moana song?
Oh gosh, was it?
Is it the one, You're Welcome?
No.
Oh.
I was gonna say that's the one off the top of my head.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I don't want to sing too much.
As you shut, he's
Oh no, you fuckers need to sing it.
Hey, Extra Arcana progression sings it. Hey, Extra Arcana.
Yeah, what is that? I guess this song. Yeah.
For singing.
How many people actually sung? You did.
Up for Lorcana. You get to sing.
So
Points if you sing a song.
Weird.
because Lorcana is Disney, they have the actual songs as cards.
No.
Yeah.
Right half the time you catch me going,
It's just that it's
Tracy Van, if you sing the song when you play the song, you get extra points for it.
dude, I could do this game.
So I was asking how many people sang
What's the
songs
next Locana tournament?
every
Next
other
weekend.
Yeah,
Next weekend. Yeah, really. Next weekend.
Yeah, it's every other weekend. So next weekend, two weekends.
Next weekend.
We're playing.
We'll be driving.
Yeah.
We'll be driving us back.
I'll play for both of us. Wow, I'm driving.
Yeah, no, it'll be next weekend unless we skip a week.
Well, when you say tournament, what
Oh shit, we're gonna record a podcast.
It's not.
you have to be in like previous like
No, it's not a
to be like
No,
it's not an actual tournament.
it's not
So
a
you
tournament.
show up, you're gonna play games with other people,
you get-
and you get points for it.
okay.
You get points for
And then
wearing
you get-
Disney merchandise.
Gifts at the end.
Yeah, you're.
I
What is it? It's up to 4 or 5 points for each Disney.
Yeah.
So your backpack counts as one.
will come head to toe.
That includes Star Wars. That includes Marvel
Yeah.
because they're owned by Disney.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's nice because you get promo cards, you get pins as games you play.
It's hard to find the card.
Brad is on consent track.
I've had it.
All of it.
It's hard to find.
Yeah.
Good night. Is,
You gotta watch out for that. It's hard to It's also hard to find cards.
There are several of us.
white supremacists.
There are several of us that have different sets of cards, so we could always let you borrow some to play.
Okay, what all entails? I thought he just built Disney World. He didn't. Is he like a Stanley? Did he write it?
Yeah, he,
Walt Disney. Okay.
yeah, he created it.
Whoa, no.
He created Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
He created
See that about Willie? Steve Willie.
Yes.
specifically. He didn't necessarily know
Yeah, it was
Mickey
about-
Mouse was created. It's like
That wasn't
Willie
Mickey
that
Mouse
was
at
said.
first. That was Steve
Yeah, it was Steamboat Willie.
With Steamboat Willie, other artists and other writers created Mickey Mouse himself, but he originally had created Steamboat Willie and some of the other characters.
The funny dude, the bunny looking dude, was the first. It was that raps and a bunny looking.
Oh, I know what you're talking. It's one of his first ever like actual drawing animation.
And they it's place.
Yeah, then I don't look like stars.
A bunny dude.
No, I know what he's talking about. It's this weird like humanoid bunny.
Go to Disneyland this weekend.
You're going to talk here.
In California.
I am going this week to Disneyland, California.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch.
I can remember the name, but he was a long-haired character, and they couldn't retain the intellectual property, so they made Mickey Mouse in his place, a new character.
Are you talking about the Mickey Mouse was like it wasn't round? Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the original
Yeah.
Mickey.
So you know what? You want to know a fun fact? Disney's about to be, or not Disney specifically, but Mickey Mouse is about to become intellectual property. Anyone can use it.
Yeah, because Winnie the Pooh. Like
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Steamboat Willie is specifically the first one, and then after that, it'll be Batman and Superman. Batman and Superman expire in 2026.
Wow.
Wait, they're not gonna like renew that?
Dude,
There's no way to renew it. So Disney is the only reason that they have lasted the copyright.
yeah.
Because they're only supposed to
Well,
last.
I'm more
for so
concerned with
long.
like Batman.
So
We're gonna get some weird shit.
yes, you
Yes.
are.
Yeah.
So because
It's like
the
Winnie the
copyright
Pooh,
works,
Blood and Honey.
when you
Yeah,
copy,
yeah.
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you copyright something, you have so many years that it is yours. Period.
Yeah.
Well, Disney has repeatedly went to court and went, all right, we want to extend this period over and over again. I think right now it's like 99 years or something like that. I don't know the exact number.
100. Go ahead.
It might be 100. But the last time they went to court, they went, all right, we want to argue it'll be copyrights should be allowed for infinity. And the Supreme Court said no. And so they said, how about infinity minus 1 day? And they still said no. So right now, as of right now, all the copyright still stands. I think it's by next year, Steamboat Willie will be public domain. And then the year after that will be Superman and Batman as public domain.
Oh, it's gonna be weird.
I'm ready for Batman to get his ass beat by everyone.
Oh, yeah, everyone's going to fucking shit out of Batman.
I can tell you right now, there's a poster right above us, and that it's Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, and the only person that's going to be able to figure out how to beat Godzilla and Kong is Batman.
Deadpool.
Oh, fucking God. Don't fuck yourself. Batman,
Superman.
you mean everybody else in Batman's world is going to figure it out, not Batman himself.
Superman is so Godzilla's little ray ball coming out of his mouth.
It's Kamehameha.
Is going to be kryptonite, and it's going to fuck up Superman. And then Batman is going to figure out how to beat the.
No.
They're not going to be.
His people will figure it out, not Batman himself.
I think that Wonder Woman and Supergirl, who are both on that poster, are gonna gang up and be like, "Fuck you guys," and then they're gonna destroy him.
So I'd be fine with
Is gonna die.
run for the women.
And yeah, Cyborg's gonna run.
Power to the women. I think Flash is going to run in a circle really fast.
Yeah.
Flash.
Whatever they do, he's gonna time travel back and be like, "That's not right. Don't do that."
As far as I'm concerned, for the rest of eternity, Flash can kill himself. Flash's whole point is,
Flash is going to run in a circle.
I'm the fastest man alive. I'll run. Oh no, there's a guy that's faster than me. I gotta run faster. That's his whole fucking purpose.
Yeah. I got to run faster.
He's a worthless character.
Yeah.
So, you guys have any more EMO Night questions? I'm not tired. I can go for a couple more hours.
Going back to like Alex's subcategories. So in my world, my experience of like high school emo started out with like the black frame glasses.
Oh yeah.
Emo. So you had like some songs like by Weezer counted, but like so it was like Juliana Theory and Dashboard and the acoustic kind of stuff.
You ever listen to Jonestown Theory?
No.
Oh man, they disbanded. They were great.
No,
Yeah.
were they a part of
They were definitely
Sound?
no. They were they were actually, but they were
Wait, really?
yeah.
I thought the
Jonestown.
Jones.
Yeah. The
You're
call.
supposed to drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Oh,
I'm
that's what you're talking. No, no. I'm pretty sure it's just the town.
No.
But no, they were great. That was like fantastic emo music. Yeah, look them up.
So Weezer was counted as emo?
for a short period of time.
Yeah.
What Weezer?
Black Weezer, not like African American. The Black Album of Weezer specifically.
So like
Wait,
that's
are you talking
Beverly
about the
Hills.
album?
That's Beverly Hills.
Is that Beverly Hills?
Like,
Yeah.
Am I thinking of the wrong album?
Yeah,
No, that's a blue album.
Yeah.
Is
That's
it
the Blue
album.
That's
Okay.
blue.
yeah.
I'm bad with older albums.
Yeah,
I just have
blue.
those songs downloaded.
When did you fully experience that you were in this bubble of emo? Because there's a whole
My whole life.
no, because there was something like I went through elementary school. Like someone had
Sorry, after my mom died.
or
You go first.
There you go. That's a
Yeah.
check card.
Okay, when did I like notice that?
yes.
So I realized that all the shows I was going to didn't include anything like the Corn Kids, the Slipknot Kids,
Yeah.
any of that. And then I
I went
almost
to all
kind
that,
of
too.
realized that like a lot of the kids that were emo, there were superior emos. Okay, there were some emos that were like, we're too good for that. We're
Yeah.
too good for
Yeah.
Slipknot, you guys, or whatever. And I know, right? And
I guess I'm a
I
different generation.
Dude, I love Slipknot. Okay. But because of where I was in high school, like that was kind of cast out. Like you had to look for like really unique bands that like nobody
Yeah.
heard of, like
Underground.
Sunny Day Real Estate or like Me Without You and bands like that. And so if you knew these bands, then like you were cool. And like I wanted to be cool. Like everybody, you know, so I was always like navigating through music and finding really rare stuff because then it was yours.
Yeah.
And then you like didn't want to tell anybody about this band.
The modern day
Right.
version of that is the SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know, well, that's
I'm just comparing.
it's like
Yeah.
I'm just comparing it because I'm an emo kid. I love Slipknot.
Yeah.
Right? Like you said, there's a higher genre of it all. I love Slipknot. I love all of the different emo bands. All of the different. I won't name them all. Korn, everybody.
I'm sorry, but Slipknot's pretty emo.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go.
What I said is that what I
10
said
years
was
ahead
I
of
wasn't
you
going to
guys.
name them all. I didn't
Oh,
say
yeah,
they
yeah.
weren't.
Yeah, I'll go 10 years ahead of you guys because Sub Pop, like
Oh yeah.
the Melvins and the Pixies and Mother Love Bone and like those I don't know that they were emo, but they were bands that like so you had the kids that listened to Pearl Jam and Soundgarden
Mhm.
and Alice in Chains.
Which in my
But then-
generation is emo.
But then if you didn't listen to if you listened to those guys, you had Green River and you had Mother Love Bone and you had the Pixies and you had the Melvins that like those kids didn't listen to that stuff.
You-
Like those were the underground bands.
You guys were more
For the
influenced by like a lot of feminists too.
Yeah, L7.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how many
I was going to
L7
say,
shows I went
you're
to.
also.
The Breeders.
We're
I went to
also.
L7. I've seen L7. I've seen the Breeders. Yeah. So we had a lot of the Veruca Salt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just all.
Yeah. So
Oh, I
had
only
a
know
lot of-
Veruca as the name from Willy Wonka.
so located at 430 East Broadway in beautiful downtown Logansport, on the bonus level, the second floor of Bonus Pints, is the Lantern. The Lantern is a glowing light in a small town. They're a shop filled with art, clothing, books, and all your current Halloween needs. They are currently carrying cat skull candles, black cat drinking glasses, Halloween themed dresses and shirts, and some 3D horror decor that will scratch your Halloween itch. Check out their Facebook page for when they are open and what new items they are stocking daily.
I was young and I was the Hannah Montana group, like growing up. So I was fifth grade, like all this. But when I was like in fourth grade, I remember I can only go back to like in years of like school. I was watching VH1 because that was the only thing
Oh,
to do.
yeah.
Was sitting and my parents weren't up as a bowl of cereal and we're gonna jam. And I came across Green Day. She came up with Green Day, and then all of a sudden you'd see Mrs.
Wait.
Right Side by
What Green Day? What Green Day?
What Green Day?
So you
I remember.
it is
I was.
American because my era
American Idiot?
Yes.
American
So-
Idiot.
That's my first
But
Green
that-
Day song.
but that like went into me getting older albums, and my parents like were all about it. But like then it came to like My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
So I'm a part of like like Bright, like the Killers,
Like the newer like
yes.
emo.
And then it didn't hit me
I have a fun
because
fact about you.
I was around a lot of girls and like guys who didn't listen to that stuff. But my next door neighbor, that's who introduced me to AFI. And I'm like, what is
Yeah.
this? What? Oh my gosh, we'd be dancing all night long, and it was crazy. And her parents, like, they allowed them to dress and be like, and I wanted to just wear trip pants.
Yeah.
The fact that EMO night, I was telling Brad, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, the fact that I get to spend my adult money
Yeah.
on these things that I wanted as a 13-year-old.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because they didn't have, because it's kind of weird, because it didn't happen overnight. Like, it was something that started when I was 9 years old. And I was just like, oh, I need a lip piercing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at my art.
Girl.
I remember getting that.
I still want snake.
I remember,
Chick ever.
and the weird part for me is because I'm 20 years older, is that the first time I listened to Green Day, it wasn't even. It was the album was Lookout,
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
so it was before Dookie.
Yeah.
That album with Lookout was the first album that I heard Green Day, and then
Yeah.
Dookie came out.
No, the first album I remember is Dookie.
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
was fantastic. Oh my god.
Right. So the album before that was Lookout, which was like they had a version of Dookie, but it wasn't. It was raw. It was really raw,
I don't know.
and it was all punk, and it was all hard.
Yeah.
Derek is Scared Sacred. He's also works here at the record farm occasionally, but no, he sang Novocaine by Green Day, and I popped me in my freaking tracks, and I was like, sing that, I gotta sing it.
Yeah.
Super big.
Yeah. Thanks. No, I actually don't think I was out there for that.
Yeah, no, I heard it. I heard
They
it. I heard
did a
you
great
do it.
job, but no, I love that he's came along and he
As
just
somebody-
loves Green Day, because I'm like,
As
oh
somebody
my
who, okay, as somebody who has gone back, like you can go back that far to that first album.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Lookout.
Lookout. Okay. That's an album I don't think I've ever heard.
I've never even heard of that.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Yeah, Green Day Lookout.
So,
yeah.
Okay, so you start at like Lookout,
Yeah.
and I want you to think about Lookout, but then I want you to think about American Idiot and just the way they dress and how the songs sound. How weird is that?
Yeah, no, it's a
How weird
growth.
is that?
It's a
Yeah.
growth. It's a movement. It's a movement for sure.
Well, even from,
because
even
American
if you go from
Idiot
Beatles
is
to American Idiot,
yeah, right.
completely different stuff.
And Lookout to Dookie is completely different because Lookout is way more like Sex Pistols. It's like very punk. It's like like very punk, and then Dookie's not.
No.
Dookie's not. So you listen to Lookout, and you're like, and then Dookie comes out, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on, this isn't the same Green Day, and you're like, yeah, it's not a bad Green Day, it's just a different Green Day for sure.
Well, I like how you put that. It was really weird for me to go from like Dookie and just the way they sound in that, because it's like it's almost lazy, but it's like a really good lazy.
Yeah,
And then you go to American
that's a good
Idiot,
way to put
and
that.
it's like American Idiot. It's like all of a sudden they're wearing like neckties,
I know.
all black and red.
Yeah.
Like, no.
eyeliner, and all that stuff. It's like, what the hell are
See,
you
for
doing?
me, that was how I
Don't
was
get me
introduced,
wrong,
and I
though.
was like, how you're like,
A lot of those songs are fantastic,
Mhm.
but it's like it's almost like if like Blink-182 were to start coming out with freaking opera music or something.
Right.
Like it'd just be so different, and I don't
Well,
think
like-
I would like it.
Well, like I was saying earlier, like some of the snotty emos, like, you want it
Yeah.
to like be like, okay, this is
Exactly.
my thing. Well, with Green Day, if you liked them from Dookie and then you see them becoming like commercialized,
Hey,
you know,
yeah,
and then you see
that's a
them
great
appearing
word
on
for
like
it.
school supplies for
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to say that. Like
You can say whatever you want.
okay.
Yeah.
Like what? Like
Yeah.
they used
Yeah.
to be cool, and now everybody loves them. And
Yeah.
how does the 8-year-old next door's listening to it? Like,
I know, I get older.
Yeah.
Like, because when my nephew who started liking Green Day, because I was influenced by me. I was like,
Yeah.
get the fuck away from me. I was so
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see, so for me at that age,
I'm still that young.
so so I'm older than everybody. I graduated in '96. So there was Green Day, and that was right around when Dookie came out. Was 95, 96. Lookout came out probably 92, 93. The offbeat music, not to get off emo, the offbeat music in that era was ska.
Oh yeah.
Was ska.
Yeah.
And that was the
Like Less Than Jake and
Real Big Fish
No
and
doubt.
Less Than Jake.
Yeah.
And they were and that was like it was almost like when Dookie came out, that was commercial.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you didn't want to listen to commercial Green Day, you listened to ska.
Right.
You listened to Less Than Jake, Save Ferris. Yeah, you listen to ska music. That was if you didn't want to listen to commercialized Dookie, you listened to ska music. That was where it was at.
Oh yeah.
My only reference.
So and not that was emo,
Yeah.
but that was what everybody
Yeah.
like. That was the punk of
Well,
that
right.
kind of generation.
One thing I've always thought has happened, I feel like they had like commercialized stuff. You know, you had like Whitney Houston back in like the 80s and all that stuff. Commercialized, and then you got to grunge. And one of the things I've always heard about like Nirvana is the fact that they tried, like Walmart and all that stuff, tried making flannel popular,
Right.
making all these different things, trying to
Right.
sell it for more.
They did.
And then like they were like, no, fuck you. We're not doing that. So then, you know, he died. And I feel like after that,
He was killed.
Yeah.
well, yeah, but I feel like they figured out like how to tap into that commercialization into other things. So like, yeah, yeah,
Bands that were successful, they're like, okay, well, we can pick up that trend. Like
yeah,
that guy, that's kind of his signature.
But that's
Like,
also-
can we make
but
that like, bring it to
exactly.
you? And then
It's
they
the opposite.
I remember being the dork. I remember being the dork in like 92, 93, wearing the flannel,
Yeah,
like sitting and having I went to this is gonna date myself like a motherfucker. The Logan Sport Mall, I went to the TP,
oh yeah,
which was the arcade in the mall.
yeah, I remember that.
And I went to Musicland and I got
Yeah.
In Utero
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
when it came out the first day. And I remember having that and listening to it. And then I remember like weeks later somebody going, "Oh yeah, no, I bought that at Walmart the other day." And but I can't figure out why the song is called Waif Me.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, they censored it?
No, Walmart had a Waif Me, and I was
I was
like,
gonna say I literally only know it as "Rape Me."
do you mean the song Rape Me? And they were like, no, it's not called that. It's called Waif Me.
Just waste me.
No, like Walmart for years sold it as
Absolutely.
Waif Me.
Wait, did they edit the song?
Wait, hold on.
They edited the song
Hold on.
and called it
This is-
Waif Me.
Me being a young kid, this is new to me. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, they
Have you
really
ever
did.
heard the story about like Nirvana going on MTV? And
Which
playing-
story?
They went on MTV
They played Rape Me.
and they weren't MTV was like, no, you're not playing that.
No, I've not heard of
So
this.
then they started out playing it, and then they went into the song that they agreed to play. But yeah, they started playing the opening lines, so like "Rape Me,"
No.
yeah, and then they went into the actual.
Yeah, but I remember a kid coming to school and being like, and he was a friend of mine, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I got that new in your album. You're not kidding. That's awesome." And I was like, "What do you think about track 8?" And he's like, "Oh, Waif Me," and I'm like, "No, Rape Me." And he's like, "What do you mean Rape Me? Like that's not right." And I went, "No, it is." And I bought mine at Musicland, and he had bought his at Walmart.
Yeah.
I remember getting CDs at Walmart and not knowing I got non-explicit.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think I was-
it was a big deal to get explicit.
So
Yeah.
as the
I didn't know that. Like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't written.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So now I'm like,
So I got everything at Musicland because you could get it
Yeah.
explicit, and
That's the
and I was older, so it was even like years before that. It was I was buying Two Live Crew and Too Short and NWA
Oh my
and
god.
Dr. Dre, and
I can't imagine you
it was
in the
bad.
same household as a young Papal.
Yeah, my father, yeah. Yeah,
Like through NWA, Too Short.
It was a different time.
It's
yeah.
not that he has any sort of thing, just
Apple in the house.
maybe Papal just walking in going, the
Yeah.
fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Jackson were like,
Yeah.
the fuck.
I remember I bought I got
God,
I had a car.
That's your dad that was here.
Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's
Yeah.
Papal, yeah.
So I had a car at 16.
I'll always call him.
I was
Don't laugh at me.
it was in between my junior. I graduated early. I graduated at 17.
Sure.
So
Me.
I was 16. It was right before my junior year, and I just got in a car, and I had a tape player. I had a tape player in my car, and the first two tapes I bought were Rage Against the Machine, like the first Rage Against the Machine with "Killing in the Name of," and all that stuff, and
Prophet?
and Beck,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Beck
Yeah.
album with the Loser. Yeah, I'm Loser Baby. Yeah, those were my first two tapes that I had to put into my car. So yeah, it was
Babies.
Kill Me. Yeah.
Okay, I do know that song. Okay.
Yeah, so those were the first two tapes that I owned in my car. I'm 45.
Oh, okay.
Can I?
Well, at
comment
that
really
time, I
quickly on
wanted-
Beck?
Yeah.
I have to tell you that if you need a super chill album, especially for a road trip, okay, the album called Sea Change by Beck. Totally different Beck, but it's amazing.
I thought you were going to say Odelay.
No,
But,
but Sea Change, every single song is an absolute gem.
okay, all right.
You've got to give it a listen.
I-
Even on a road trip. That's my go-to every time we take a road trip.
I saw Beck one time at Expo Hall at the fairgrounds. I've seen a lot of fucked up bands in a lot of fucked up places. I saw Beck, and the opening acts were like it was Beck, Weezer, and Voodoo Kill Skull or something like that. I don't know.
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it was Voodoo. It was
Are you
Voodoo
saying
something.
big, not
Voodoo
big bad
Priestess?
voodoo dad?
No, it was not. It was literally voodoo something. Yeah, it was weird.
Hmm.
But anyway, because I've seen so the first concert I ever went to, like on my own,
Should have Googled that.
where I got dropped off. Yeah, no kidding. Where I got where I had where it was
wow.
where it was the first concert I ever got dropped off at, where it was just me and my friends.
Right.
Was
it 97?
Lollapalooza? No, 94.
94.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so the headliners were Smashing Pumpkins and the Beastie Boys.
No
Not
shit.
bad.
This is this is the concert that I yell at Dad over repeatedly.
Like Smashing Pumpkins back when they were good.
Disarm. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
it was
okay.
the original album.
Yeah.
It
The
was
part that I
Disarm
care about
and-
is the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, I got
I'll
to see the
never-
Beastie Boys. It was right after the Ill Communication dropped. So I got to see that tour with
Music-
Sabotage and what
Me being the
What you want.
23-year-old kid is
Yeah.
the one thing. That and Nirvana. Those are the two things I am extremely jealous of anyone ever
Yeah.
in life. I've never been able to see Nirvana or Beastie Boys.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
would
So
love to see 'em both.
that day was like L7, Sinead O'Connor,
Oh, wow.
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Real.
Yeah.
I've heard this
it
day
was
so much.
Jesus
it's still
Jones.
like God damn
Jesus
it.
Jones, it was, and then it was the Beastie Boys. Cypress Hill headlined the second stage. I get to see them back to back years. It wasn't even
I
the
still
weirdest
wanna
show
see
I saw because I
Cypress.
saw Beastie Boys and Smashing Pumpkins, which is kind of weird. But '99 Lollapalooza, when it was
Not in
still
the
a
90s,
traveling
it's not
show, yeah, '99 was Snoop Dogg and Tool.
Yeah.
Those were the
Such a weird
co-headliners.
combo.
Yeah.
When you
Honest-
went to that Lollapalooza, how did you tell me how you bought your tickets?
Karma
Music.
and Kokomo.
Oh my God, yeah.
I stood in line.
I remember
I
that.
stood in line at Karma and Kokomo.
Which one? Was it the one over by Best Buy, or was it the one
One over in the corner.
on GM?
Yeah.
The corner over there. Yeah.
There was
Damn, I haven't thought about that place.
All right, as the 23-year-old in America, you don't even
Yeah, I know that I'm talking about.
Sonny. Back in the day, you'd have to go to a physical location to buy your tickets. I bought physical tickets in a location, so you're just telling me this was the place to go.
So Karma.
So you have to go to Kokomo to,
So I had to go to
you
Kokomo.
have to go
So
to Kokomo to
wait.
buy a ticket. I've only ever bought tickets through Ticketmaster. Live Nation.
Okay.
Wait, so have you ever gone to like a physical
bought
location to buy anything?
One time, yes.
These are like
From where?
But what I'm asking, when I went to a physical location, I was vacationing there,
Yeah.
and it was, oh, we wanted to go see this, go up to the box office.
Yeah.
99 maybe?
Okay, yeah.
2000.
99.
the box office, the place that you're gonna see.
But what I'm asking is you guys are talking about Kokomo. Are you guys going from Kokomo to Indy, or are you guys talking about Kokomo and
Okay.
staying in Kokomo?
If you needed to go to
Kokomo.
a concert in Indy, you'd have to go to Karma, right?
Karma
You
and
have to go
Kokomo.
there.
You'd have to go to Karma to buy your ticket because that's
Or-
the nearest place to buy a
You
ticket.
could call.
You did not have the internet.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I'm guessing I didn't have the internet.
but
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
as
I kind of my young brain figured you went to Indy and you guys went and stood in a
and I
line.
thank God every day that I only had to do that for a limited amount of time.
I had to do it for years. So this is this is an awful story. This is an awful story about an old man. So I went to Carmen Kokomo. I bought tickets to a show and I bought hair dye. No, one of the
Wait,
buckets.
hold on.
Mannix. Yeah, Mannix,
Do I-
Mannix. Hair dye. So I took it home.
I know this story.
I took it home. My buddy said they were going to dye my hair. My mom said that's so. They dyed my hair, and I woke up the next morning and I was covered in fucking blue. I was covered in blue.
He was a
And I said-
Smurf.
I said I'm not going to school, and my mom said bullshit. You're going to fucking school. You need to scrub that shit off as much as you can. You're going to school. So I scrubbed as much as I could. I got most of it off, not all of it. So my neck and most of my face was still blue. My hair was gray, not blue, gray. And I went to school, but I dyed that hair for a show that at the Pepsi Coliseum. So
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
and it was the opening act was Meat Puppets.
Whoa.
Meat Puppets.
That's crazy.
And the headliner was Primus.
Well, I still yes.
So I went.
The only
So it
person I
was
know
it
that
was
actually
me.
enjoys.
It was Meat Puppets.
Really.
It was Meat Puppets was on the Too High to Die
I fucking
tour,
love Primus.
and Primus was Winona's background beaver tour.
Hey,
So age difference.
You should have kept the blue skin.
Oh man, it was rough. It was rough. I went to Primus with totally gray hair. I finally got all the blue off my skin, but I was totally
trying
gray
to
hair.
at least
And
come
I'll
on that side.
One night here at Logan Sport, I just randomly went to a football game
It's the same.
and there's a freaking Oompa Loompa. Skin completely orange. It was great. I should have been that kid.
I should have been that kid. Yeah, I should have been that kid. So when you get back, I'm gonna have to go. But yeah, so Primus, I've seen 1, 2, 3. So I saw Primus. I saw Primus at the Pepsi Coliseum. That was a fantastic show. That was with the Meat Puppets. I saw them. I saw them at the Horde Festival. God, I'm dating myself like a son of a bitch.
Did you
And
mention for the Foggy Bunch, Will?
Yes, that is the one I want to fucking see.
I saw.
fucking bad.
I saw them at the Horde Festival with Neil Young. So
I see that.
So I went to
bad.
the Horde Festival. Yeah, you're looking at me funny. Neil 97. It was the 97 Horde Festival.
Hey, my brother
And-
was born.
And the three bands the three bands that headlined were Squirrel Nut Zippers. You remember the Squirrel Nut Zippers?
Huh?
They did a song called Hell. They were like a ska
I'm probably.
and they were like a ska punk band. But
The
anyway,
name of the
Squirrel
Nut
Nut Zippers.
Hold on. Now this
Primus and Neil Young.
your insults are making a lot more sense to me.
Yeah. So Squirrel Nut Zippers. And then I saw Primus like just a couple of years ago with at Rock on the Range. They opened up for they opened up for they were the band right before Volbeat and Metallica.
dude.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
I
Yeah.
love Volbeat.
Yeah.
Dude.
Okay.
We got
Volbeat.
we saw we saw them open for Ghost open or no, was it Volbeat?
Volbeat opened for Ghost
Volbeat open
because
for
Ghost is the bomb.
Ghost is the shit.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with it. My oh my gosh.
You're
I love Papa.
But have you heard of the abuse? Have you heard of the abuse Papa puts his singers through in his song?
Well, I tell you, fun fact about Volbeat. And when you know this, you're like, no shit. And maybe you already know this, but this was like,
I'm curious.
a wow moment for me. In an interview, he was asked, the lead singer of Volbeat was asked who was his biggest vocal inspiration. And
Johnny Cash?
close. His answer, and I only say close because it's kind of relevant in time frame. Once you know this, and then you listen to his voice, you can hear it. Elvis.
Oh.
You can totally hear it in his voice, and it makes so much sense.
I will say that
But I-
surprises me because all of his live shows he constantly because I've seen him 3 times.
Mhm.
He constantly shouts out Johnny Cash but never Elvis. I would have never thought that.
That's just what I heard in an interview one time.
That's
He was asked
insane.
what his biggest inspiration was for his vocals, and he said Elvis.
That's nuts.
I thought it was pretty cool. And the first time I ever heard Volbeat was actually on a commercial for like a Chevy Blazer or something. And it was on TV. And I was like, man, what is that? Like, what is that band? And my high school boyfriend at the time was like, oh yeah, I looked them up. It's Volbeat. And
Hold on.
then like I went many years without ever listening to Volbeat again. And then as soon as the farm opened next door to State Theater, the first vinyl that I bought from them was Seal the Deal.
Oh, that's an awesome vinyl. I will say, as a 23-year-old kid, as I keep saying that, I didn't know Volbeat was that young because you said your high school boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Or that old, not young, that old.
Damn, girl, you all just kidding.
Well, no. It's just, I heard of them through Sirius XM with dad playing them in the car.
Right.
And I only heard of them in the last maybe,
Yeah, they've been around for a long, long time.
I was going to say, I've only heard of them for the last 7 or 8 years,
Right.
roughly. So for me to hear
Mm-hmm.
that old, I didn't know they were that old.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I know.
And I think they're older than what we all think they are because he had made a reference at the concert I went to a couple of years ago about how long he'd been with some of the people in his band.
Oh, really?
And it was say like they've been a band since like 98 or something, 97.
Damn. I mean, that's. I say damn because that's before I was born.
40 different people.
Yeah.
Oh,
I-
one of those. I don't know.
It's fucking.
I mean, but it's still better than asking Alexandria, who went through 40 different fucking people and suck ass.
Oh, fuck. There's lots of bands that are like that, too.
Well, yeah, I'm just using a specific
I don't
reference.
listen to them too much.
I've seen
I
them.
listened
I
to
don't listen to
them
them at all.
I was like in my early.
I've seen
20s.
them 9
They had a great song on
times.
Funko's Pop.
Yes, they did.
Not the American Average was like the one that was like the anthem of like what I knew of them.
Why are we not talking about brand new? That's what I want to know. Yeah, I mean,
I tried.
well, that's the direction that I want to go.
Got to get Robin here. When
Okay,
he's not.
He's pooping.
He's
Yeah.
pooping. Because I would love to get on the topic of brand.
Like Thursday, brand new, thrice, like bands like that, man. If we
Yeah,
could
you
get that
should
next
talk
year,
about
EMO
it.
Night, that'd be fucking sweet.
I'm gonna be honest. Every band you just said went right over my
Since you're
fucking.
23.
Okay, homework. Look up Thursday.
All right.
Well, if he can't, he's got to watch the Goonies and every game.
He's out on every.
Yeah. So I've not seen the Goonies. I've not seen Sandlot. I've not seen Back to the Future. I've not.
Sandlot.
I know. I got that shit like.
You know what I can tell you I've seen is,
Look,
every
which
time.
everyone tells me it's probably fucked me up, is Full Metal Jacket.
Jesus.
I watched that as a young child.
did.
You're so next.
I remember in preschool, this motherfucker had me watch Freddy versus Jason.
Good.
And I went into the preschool the next day. I specifically remember this and spoiled it for all of the high school kids who were like, I was going to see that this Friday or whatever the fuck. I went, oh yeah, fucking Freddy blinks at the end after Jason cuts his head off, and everyone was like, what the fuck? Yeah, me as like a 4-year-old watch that shit.
You want to get okay? My introduction to brand new was my dad used to travel for work, and
I know this story.
Yes, and he would go and he'd buy music all the time from different stores, and he came home. And my dad, if you don't know, my dad,
Negative.
he is hilarious in his Randy way.
It's Randy Way. Is his name Randy?
Yes. He came home and he goes, I got you a brand new CD. And I was like, what? And I want to say I was like at the end of elementary school. I was very young. I don't know. It was he came home with brand new. I was like, what the fuck is
He's being
this?
smart.
My dad was trying to get smart.
That's a brand new CD.
Mhm.
There you
And I don't want to see, I know the album, but I'm not going to butcher it because I can't speak half the time. He came home with Deja and
I don't know how to say it. It's all right.
Here's Rob.
It's Sandu.
And Tandu.
There we go. Yes. Yeah, we did that last year. Because I'm like, man, all these years and I don't know how to pronounce
My
it.
dad came home and he bought me brand new. He bought me that album. It came out in 2003.
Mhm.
So yes, I was in elementary school listening to that album. Oh my God. I remember that took me through emotion. Like that.
Yeah,
was a whole,
exactly.
Like,
Oh my God.
coaster of getting me through different things and feeling certain types of ways.
Yeah. I remember my elementary school album was from Dad showing me Swan Songs by Hollywood Undead. Yeah. That was my introduction. That was my introduction to music. Was Dad put Swan Songs on my iPod and went, "Here, you'd like this."
No, are we talking about brand new?
Yes, let's get on
Yes,
brand
go
new.
back to brand new.
Okay. I want to throw something out there.
Yes.
Okay. So when I first started, I went to Catholic school, very much into Marilyn Manson, and people did not like me for that.
Wasn't he
So-
Catholic boy, though?
Yes, probably.
Yeah, he came from a Catholic household.
Yeah. So like back then, I loved Marilyn Manson. So then I went from that, and then I got to high school, and it was all about him. And this is before Bam Margera made him popular.
Okay.
So that whole like gothic, like amazing like music. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I love this. And we were talking about Fuse earlier.
Oh yeah, and much music.
Much music turned into Fuse. It was the best channel ever.
Yeah.
So I'm just like hanging out in my room on a Friday night. Everybody's at the fucking football game, and I'm just like, no, watch a Fuse. And then Brand New comes on,
Yeah,
and
the Sick Transit
yeah,
music video for that.
no, it was The Quiet Things No One Ever Knows.
Oh, okay, I don't remember.
That's
music
the first
videos
time
of
I
that one.
yeah. Basically, the guy's driving with his girlfriend, and they get into a car wreck, and they're at the hospital, and Jesse Lacey is sitting there praying for his girlfriend to get better, and you just see it from her perspective, like the doctor standing over her and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And then you find out at the end of the video they had gotten into a car wreck, and Jesse died.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was an amazing video. And I'm just like, God, I fucking love that. And the song's great, the music video's great, and I just fell in love with Brand New. That's how I got into emo music. I didn't really know Taking Back Sunday or anything like that before that. And then God, it was just such a fantastic thing. I want to say, this is where I stand on it. And for public record, Jesse Lacey has done some shady shit.
For sure.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in emo music did. But at the same time, as somebody who's like studying therapy and going to become a therapist, he's also gone through therapy for that shady shit that he's done. So a lot of people cancel Jesse Lacey, they cancel Brand New. They say, fuck it. Me, that's how like my whole high school personality, and even to this day, like that like developed everything I am today.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Everybody was dropping them and canceling them, and I'm like, I get it. I do get it.
Yeah.
But this is like the core of my like music experience. Like, I felt like, all right, if I just listen to the old albums, then they're just old memories. I just won't move on with them. I won't listen to new
and
stuff.
that's the thing that like people like they reflect on. They're like, oh yeah, and it's become a meme where it's like, oh yeah, Jesse Lacey was like singing about like abusing women before it was a thing.
Yep, exactly.
The song that they're talking about is Me versus Maradona versus Elvis, and yeah, he does do that. The way I took it back in high school was that he was kind of like almost like shining a light onto women getting drunk and being put in these like horrible situations. And now when it's like nowadays people look at it, it's like, oh no, that's just him singing about him abusing women. And I think that's true to an extent, but it's not necessarily. That's not how I took it back then. That's not, actually I feel like it made me a better person because I'm not just jumping into that and abusing women and being put in those scenarios where I do that. So yeah, I think I probably got onto a rant, but I'm very like passionate about that. And the fact that he's like seeking out therapy and all that stuff. No, like
You're sticking with Brand New.
I'm sticking with Brand New. And don't get me wrong, when all that stuff came out, I was like, absolutely not. Like I was like, this makes me sick because I have developed my whole personality around this band, my style and everything. And I was like, I had to put the albums away for a while.
Yeah.
But then I kind of went back into it, and I actually listened to a different podcast where they kind of broke it down, and a lot of those people aren't coming out exactly like they used to.
Well, and if he's showing accountability for what he did,
Yeah, exactly,
and saying, okay, mistakes don't define who you are; it's how you grow and change from them and do better.
Exactly.
If he is that kind of person, which I haven't watched any recent interviews, I haven't read anything from him.
There's not, and that's the thing that's messed up.
So if I hear that, it would make me feel a little bit better.
He put out an announcement, and everybody's all like, "Oh no, that's not good enough." To me, at first, I was like, "Yeah, they're right. It's not good enough." But at the same time, it's like,
it's a kind of
reflecting on it. It's like, what the fuck do you want him to do? You want him to like kill himself over it? Like, he's gone through therapy. He's kind of, and I actually followed his wife on Instagram, and they seem to be doing really well.
Good.
So like he seems to be like taking an active role in his kid's life and all that stuff. So not to get like
You can
too
see how
dark.
impactful
Yeah.
some of
Yeah,
these bands are to him. I mean, some of the
Brand new.
emo bands, like, because they are heart and
Either
soul.
way.
You build
Never heard of brand new.
No, dude. You build your whole personality around these bands, and then something like that comes out. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck do I do now?
So
Right,
they just
right,
released science, like they just released science fiction,
Exactly.
and we all were stood in line for that, and it was at the Aragon in Chicago, which
Yeah.
I've been there one other time to see Flogging Molly, and that was phenomenal too.
Oh, you saw Flogging Molly at the Egyptian.
So
Nice.
and I was
We've
like,
seen
this
them
place
twice.
was.
One was better
You
than
showed me the
the
video.
I remember when at one point, like it was all calm, and they like once they came on, we all shifted
Yeah.
like 6 feet, 10
Yeah.
feet, like we all went, and this place was so packed that I eventually had an anxiety of like, if this place fucking burns down, we're gonna die, because we were like sardines in this place. But let me tell you, that was the most phenomenal light show,
Yeah.
like pyro, like techno, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck they call it. But no, it was like I've been to a lot of good shows, but that one changed my life.
Yeah, I've never heard of brand new.
That same show,
I took her there like weeks.
I literally-
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's standing room only at the Aragorn. So I was like a lot out of shape. So what happened was I make it about halfway through the show, and I'm looking for a place to sit. There's no place to sit. I ended up like going downstairs and pretty much crying because I'm downstairs and there's no place to sit. So I'm sitting on the floor,
Came after there.
and they're playing all these old songs that had just like meant so much to me.
I remember eventually, because we took us forever to get out of that theater.
Yeah.
And Brad's like, I'm going to, like, my leg is bothering me. And I'm over here, like, 20, I think I'm 22. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you can't stand. Like, I can stand. But
Yeah.
but, like,
Fuck you.
when we got out of there, the fresh air, it hit me. And then, of course, I've never worked a fucking Subway before. Like, I don't just come
Yeah.
off. I remember he's like, right. He's like, you just do it like this. And I don't know how to work my ticket thing. And I'm getting shitty at the guy.
We also walked like 30 miles all over.
Training got off at Millennium Station.
Yeah.
I thought was the correct word. Like
Yeah, Millennium Park. Yeah.
and we stayed there. Like we were there at like 9:00 in the morning, and we didn't get to back to Michigan City because that's where I parked my car. Was like 2:00.
Yeah, right.
And I drove us all the way until we hit Rochester, and I woke him up, and I'm like, even though my parents' house was like 15 minutes away, I'm like, you have to drive me back to my
Yeah.
parents' house. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
We had gone. It was like almost. We were almost 24-hour day.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like living through you at that moment.
Dude.
I was so jealous of that concert.
I'm gonna do that thing that people do that's annoying, but I'm gonna one up you.
Okay.
I
love that.
bought tickets
Mhm.
and I drove all the way to New York to go see Brand New at the Omegon Brewery.
By yourself?
Yes,
Hell yeah.
in Cooperstown, New York.
So wonderful.
By the way, Cooperstown, New York is freaking beautiful. So I drive I went and stayed in Ohio with a friend of mine, and then woke up and kept driving. Went all the way there, hung out, and it was freaking amazing. It was him, Kevin Devine, or it was Brand New, Kevin Devine, and what's that band?
Located at 430 East Broadway in beautiful downtown Logansport on the bonus level, the second floor of Bonus Pints, is Savini Comics. Savini Comics has all your toys, gaming, and comic needs. We have Dungeons and Dragons. We have Magic the Gathering. We have Pokemon. We have Disney Lorcana. We have Marvel and DC comic books. We have Marvel and DC figures. We have Star Wars. We have wrestling. Come join us at Savini Comics for all your gaming, toys, and comic book needs.
We want to.
Okay. That man.
The front bottoms.
Yeah.
It was the front bottoms. So went there. It was amazing. And they were like having like a 2-night show, and I only stayed for the first one. But went in there, did the show. I'm like, yeah, this is totally worth it. And then I drove all the way back, and I got to Fort Wayne, and I started seeing shadow people on the road.
Oh, Jesus.
And I kept driving.
So you just triggered something in my brain that takes me back to my emo days.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you said Ohio, and I was like, Ohio's for lovers.
yeah, exactly.
And I was like, I just think that was also a CD my dad brought where his friend's daughter brought me this CD and said, give this to your daughter. I'm also in elementary school listening to Ohio's for lovers.
Yeah.
And my mom is in the car like, yes. And I'm just, so when Casey
Who is that? Who is?
Hawthorne Heights.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All the way up until when Casey Culver, I believe that's his name, passed away. He was their screamer.
Yeah.
And then that was when it kind of died for me. Like I
Yeah.
can't go into their future music. I just need like give me pens and needles. Give me
You know,
like
I completely forgot about that. That even happened.
yeah.
And now I'm thinking about like their
Ask
modern
them
music,
for, like-
and it's like it's just not as good.
Yeah, it doesn't
And that's
slap.
probably why.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know. Is it like it wasn't like I've heard some really good screams and like
Yeah.
he wasn't like up to par of what I listened to, but like
Yeah.
that, like I can't do it without him.
I got a completely
Back in high
off
school, I
the
could do
fucking
that.
wall because you said Munch music,
Yeah.
Oh,
Much
yeah.
music. Yeah.
and my introduction to Munch music has nothing to do with emo.
So fuck is Munch music?
No,
Much.
much music. Yeah.
Munch.
Man, Munch music.
It
It was
was a channel that
it was Canadian music.
yeah.
It
But
was a Canadian music channel.
when
That's
Yeah.
how I
Good
remember
one.
it.
Munch.
here's the deal, like like MTV started out
My-
music TV,
Yeah.
and then it went into like weird shows and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they like clips of music
Yeah.
rather than actual music videos and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So then like all these like Canada Canada is like, you guys want music back? All right.
Yeah,
So they
there we
come out
go.
with much music. It's a much music.
It was definitely Our Lady Peace.
Yeah. Our Lady of Peace.
Our
That's
Lady
what I
Peace.
said. That's how I heard
Yeah,
it.
Our
Our
Lady
Lady Peace
Peace.
was from Much Music.
What the Superman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Superman and but my introduction to that channel was Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh
Really?
yes,
Old-
absolutely.
Old Apartment.
Uh-huh.
Really?
The song Old
Wow.
Apartment. That was the first song I think I ever heard on that channel was Bare Naked Ladies Old Apartment, which was the song about him singing about the apartment that he basically broke into that him and his ex-girlfriend had. But that was my introduction to that whole thing, and then it kind of went from Bare Naked Ladies to Our Lady Peace,
Oh, geez.
and and I didn't last long enough because I was like 10, 15 years ahead of you guys for emo music, but that was my introduction to that, and Our Lady Peace, that Superman album
Mhm.
was fantastic.
It really was.
It was. That Superman album was fantastic. Even the Bare Naked Ladies Old Apartment album was good.
Mhm.
Was good. But
Well, when Bare Naked Ladies went like super mainstream radio with 1 Week and stuff,
yeah.
I bought that album at Sam Video with my own allowance.
I miss Goody.
I got yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I remember going to the
Fucking
TV and
Sam
trading like
Oh,
cigarettes
man.
for CDs.
Oh my gosh.
Sam,
I
Sam,
didn't, but I
any-
could buy
anytime-
cigarettes and trade them for TVs.
if you needed music or DVDs or no, it wasn't even DVDs, was it back then?
No, it's just
It's
I
CDs.
remember when DVDs made their debut.
Yeah, I do too.
No,
I do too.
it was videos. But Sam
Yeah.
Goody was the place that what FYE is what it is now.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
much.
do you know what it stands for?
Pretty much. For
FYE,
your
for
entertainment.
Yeah.
Quiz and Tim, I knew.
Oh.
Sorry. But no, basically, like you'd go in there and you'd buy CDs and you'd buy movies. That's pretty much all you could buy there.
And you got and then there was instruments because I got my first
Yeah.
acoustic guitar there.
Yeah.
Now, when I was in Sam Goody, you couldn't buy instruments, and it was CDs were just new, and it was all
Yeah.
cassette.
And
Yeah.
if you
It was all cassettes.
and the CDs that were new were singles.
Mhm.
Yes.
You'd have
Yes.
one, maybe two songs.
Yes.
And a bonus
Yes.
track.
Yes.
You'd go
It
and buy a
was-
whole CD for one
Yeah.
damn song.
Yeah.
And then,
Or if
and then
you
2 years later, you could put a
Yeah. Yeah, it was like you went to Sam Goody to get the single and the Rolling Stone. That
Yeah.
was what you went to Sam Goody for
Yeah.
when I was in high school.
Sam Goody used to scare the shit out of me, man.
Why?
Because I would walk in there and I'd be looking at the music and all that stuff, but I wasn't really like buying music or anything like that. But I remember I'd like kind of go over to the movie rack, and on the wall they had like the original It, and you had like Pennywise like right there. And I remember like one of my earliest memories is just like standing there and like trying to figure out if Pennywise was staring at me.
Man,
I used to scare the
if we're
shit
gonna
out
get
of me.
into movies, Tim Curry's
Yeah.
Pennywise is fantastical. Fantastical.
I never seen it back then. It's
I can't watch
really.
Sam Goody was Children of
every time I see that
Was what?
and I
Yeah.
not that the newest version's better or anything, so
God, I love Tim Curry though.
it's already encouraging. It's
Wait,
I don't know. There's no.
have you seen The Worst Witch?
like whatever.
I will state that I've not even seen Tim Curry's It. I'm just talking about.
No. Have you seen the movie The Worst Witch? Oh my gosh.
You what?
Add it to our list.
No, you don't even have to add the movie to the list because it's horrible. Now,
That's not fucking here.
it is like Harry Potter before Harry Potter. It's like 90s Harry
Not
Potter.
got me intrigued.
But you don't. What you need to look up is Tim Curry
Let's see.
and The Worst Witch on YouTube.
The answer is
And he does this whole music
I don't
video
know why I guess
that
it.
is fucking ridiculous. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's when green screen started coming out. So I'm pretty sure he has like a green screen outfit. And you know how like green screen works, it changes that to like weird shit. This video just makes use of that, and the whole time he's singing. It's not good. You've seen The Worst Witch, right? Like all of you?
No, I have not. This is
You've
I'm
never
intrigued.
seen-
I am such like
Right out.
I'm gonna go get really anxious.
of like the technology and whatnot, or is it like terrible, like in the sense like it's fucking trippy?
Do I need to get high?
Can we pull it up? Like, I know
Dad,
this is about EMO Night, but
I'm what are we looking at?
we're looking at that Tim Curry scene from Worst Witch.
Oh
Do you remember that?
no.
Oh my god.
I love this series.
Like, is there any way we can look that up?
No.
I mean,
You
that.
guys never like seen Worst Witch?
Right time.
It's like Harry Potter before Harry Potter. It's all these
He
witches at this
intrigued me
witch.
with that.
I love Tim Curry too. Like Tim Curry is my favorite. Like Clue is one of my favorite.
Who is Tim Curry include? Because I don't know.
He's the butler.
What is
He's a butler.
what is
Okay.
the name?
Yeah. He's
Don't give me fucking.
he's Rocky. He's Rocky Horror
Yeah.
in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
You know,
Have you seen Rocky Horror Picture Show?
you should remember the only story.
Yeah.
So
Frankfurt, Dr. Frank.
the only time I've seen
Gosh, they
Rocky
definitely
Horror
agreed
Picture
with
Show
me.
was I was at
It's on Netflix.
Indianapolis Comic
No,
Con.
I'm talking about the.
Do you remember when I told you I
Yeah.
met that girl?
No.
I remember that.
I meet this girl through speed dating at Indianapolis Comic Con, and our first
Oh.
after the speed dating and everything, we start talking to each other,
No.
and her first thing was like, "Hey, they're doing a live action Rocky Horror Picture Show. Me and my family
Oh, I saw that.
love
That was-
we go to every surrounding
That was horrible.
county, city,
I know what
whatever
he's
the
talking
fuck.
about.
We go to all of
Should
them.
go with her.
So I went with her.
Oh, wow. Oh my god.
What's it called?
It's the only
Where's-
time I've seen Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fucking event. I got sprayed with what? I got sprayed with, I think, liquid that I don't know what it was.
Well, that's always been the cool thing about
I loved him. As much, she was a fucking wacko. Holy shit.
I thought you were talking about like the remake of the
No.
movie.
This is
This was a
the
live
original
No, the live show is great.
the original Rocky Horror Picture Show with a live cast audience reenacting the whole show while it's on a projector playing.
Yeah.
They're doing it as it's
Oh, yeah.
playing.
How we
Ball State's really big on that. They're really
Yeah,
got
they.
It's the only
they
time-
do something like that. No,
No, they do a live showing of it
they do a live showing of
at
it here,
the State
but
Theater
they
every
do
Halloween.
The whole thing.
But I've never even seen that. The only time I've ever seen
the
it.
first time I went to like a live, well, it
I'm
wasn't
talking live shows.
Yeah.
I got
they
sprayed.
have
with-
actors and all that stuff.
Yeah.
No, the first time I really remember watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show, I went to a convention, a science fiction convention in Indianapolis.
That's exactly what this
And
was.
they had it on a small box
You want
TV.
the song? The one that's over there?
Yeah, that one, The Worst Witch, Halloween. Yeah, that one. That one.
That one.
But this guy gets down there and he's like, I have the biggest penis in this room. If I'm wrong,
No.
God strikes me
No.
with a lightning bolt. And then all of a sudden on the TV screen, it's the castle and a lightning bolt just strikes and he just falls. It was great. Oh,
That's
this is
beautiful.
horrible. Watch this.
Change places with anyone.
I'm so gonna act up the song.
So call pumpkin faces.
What am I watching?
This is The Worst Witch, man. It's horrible. But it's great.
Every human heart will shudder.
The greatest actor of all time.
I don't even know how we got on this stuff. I'm sorry, guys.
It's pretty email.
It's pretty emo.
Here, dude.
Yeah, Sandbite.
I mean, it's totally ironic to remember this.
That's like the greatest.
It's just the same time. Hey,
Yes, that's Pennywise, man.
all right.
That's Tim Curry.
Okay.
The song pop.
I know this. I know this actor now.
Yes.
Talk about that song.
Oh, he breaks out into songs.
Just a precious down attention on Halloween.
Now, Stacey, why?
Yeah.
The green spirits good talk. Oh, your sister cooked her and
I'm so.
Well, at least I know what Brad and I are doing the next karaoke night.
Yeah, that's what I'm going.
Honestly,
He's like getting ready to kiss himself.
it's gonna let up every asset from London to the top. And crowd first. Getting fun. Yes. What's it? Football. Hello, Halloween.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So, folks.
Look at it. Clancy right now.
Yes, with the green hair.
Just
He's really good at that. Right?
Why was this brought up?
I don't remember. Yeah.
Pennywise.
Because I had a feature. So sorry. I'm sorry. This had to happen.
Dude, I've done drugs and I think this is a worse nightmare than I've ever had.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's fantastic. That was fantastic.
I don't know. I don't know what definition of fantasy.
That was great. That was great. I could watch that over and over again.
I would rather do PCP.
Yeah, I know that was fantastic. Oh,
You're not playing another one, yeah.
no, it's Beetlejuice.
I can't wait to see the
Anybody got
second
the
one.
last this clip have in common?
What?
Anybody?
What?
What?
Tim Curry and Catherine O'Hara are both in Home Alone.
Oh, yeah.
The hotel guy.
Yeah.
Oh, guys.
He's in Home Alone 2.
Well, so she,
Oh, yeah. Okay. She's the mom.
No, he's the one that like he goes up and he's like,
Frank? It has come and required all.
I look.
so hey, as somebody who remembers the '90s vividly, you have a crush on Winona Ryder?
No, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything while
I don't care one bit. One bit. Edward Scissorhands. She was fucking hot in Edward Scissorhands.
doll.
Yeah.
All of this is going.
And she's
right
great in Stranger Things.
Watch Stranger.
Stranger Things.
Okay,
why?
She's great in Stranger Things.
Because I feel like it's an overhyped pice of shit.
Oh, it's not.
It's not
fantastic.
Yeah, I know.
It's not.
It's really good.
There's that.
out of
Yeah.
I put,
out
dude.
out of every scene I've ever seen from that TV show, it just looks like a piece of shit. Makes my guy out and
Right, exactly. And like what he says in like songs over Stranger Things. Now don't deny it. Or what? How the fuck did he say that?
Don't knock it.
Don't deny it till you try it.
Don't deny it till you try it. That's
Yeah.
what it says.
No, Brad and I watched it to a T. Like, oh,
No, you fucking watched ahead the first season.
I'm just like, I don't even live with you. I'm gonna watch TV
Yeah.
by myself.
Like, cool, fuck me.
No, we're going into fucking Timson.
No,
He is flying through
That-
the world.
that's it. That's his intro right before he starts singing. He's trying to. He's.
Sounds like Jess.
They're talking about him like, oh yeah, he's coming. It's gonna be a great night of our lives. And then he gets down. And he's all like, "Don't Halloween."
All right, this is gonna be distracting. But I
Yeah.
didn't shut it off.
Look
But-
at that. All I could see
I'm
was
only
like
looking-
all of our silhouettes at the bottom, like that.
Yeah.
Mystery Theater.
Oh, Mystery
Yeah.
Theater
Mystery
3000.
Science Theater.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that show.
We haven't ran with
What's the clock?
It ain't even that.
Yeah, what's the clock look like?
It ain't even that bad. It literally just right this moment turned to
Yeah,
149.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're leaving. You have to be at the freaking airport tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't have to leave.
Oh, he gets to drink alcohol and fucking sleep on a plane. Who fucking cares?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like not traveling on
Yeah.
airplanes.
I don't understand why it's so.
Even as a teenager, I fucking sat there and
I don't have to be on a
Fucking
plane until
I get it. I get the
quarter to
glory of
6.
being in this
At night.
generation, but so does he right now.
But it's been a long day.
It has
You've
been a
had
long day.
lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
I had
Oh, fucking blow me.
48 hours
Yeah.
as of right now.
So,
I gotta go home.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Are you gonna make it home?
Yeah, the look forward to you're ready to go the fuck to bed.
are we good?
Yeah.
We're good.
All right. Hey, thanks for listening to Pints and Pages. This has been our emo night. I'm Nick.
I'm Brad. Sorry if I kicked you crowd surfing tonight.
I'm Levi.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.